Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of the Fit and Flexy challenge. I'm super excited to have you guys in. And of course, we got to get right into it. It's your girl, Coach Leah. I brought the vibes from the beach today because I thought you might enjoy the change up in scenery. So, yesterday we worked on a lot of stabilization for the wrist and for the shoulders. Today we're going to build upon that. We'll start with the warm up that we used yesterday. So, start in your tabletop with the shoulders stacked over wrists and the hips over knees. Because I'm practicing at the beach today, I don't have the most solid I don't have the most solid foundation up under me, but you guys want to make sure you're practicing on a hardwood floor, or maybe if you only have carpet, that's okay too. We can build from there. And then again, you're going to want to have your wall handy. I don't have a wall, but I will use a tree today and we'll build from there. 1 second, I need to grab something really quick. This is parental advice, and apparently I'm over influenced by what you are doing. I thought I was doing the most, and someone said to me. Okay. So starting in our tabletop, we're gonna stack our shoulders over our wrists, our hips over our knees, and we'll take a few rounds of cat and cow. So inhale, lift the head, and go ahead and arch the back so the tailbone is to the sky. And on your exhale, you're gonna round the spine, tuck the chin, and bring the tailbone down towards the ground. Inhale again, lift the chest, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Y'all, I'm over here fighting mosquitoes, fighting for my life. We'll take a few more. One more. And on your next inhale, you're going to press the toes into the ground. So tuck the toes, and you're going to lift the knees, come to your downward facing dog. We also did this yesterday, so it should feel a little familiar. Go ahead and pedal out the heels. Get a nice stretch through the hamstrings. So to pedal the heels, we bend one knee at a time and press the other heel down towards the ground. So as we bend the knee, the heel comes up so that it's stacked over the toes, and the other heel is reaching down towards the ground. Let's take a few more like this. Don't mind me swatting the skeeters away. We'll take a couple more pedals like this. And then drop the knees, bring the shoulders back over the wrists. Untuck the toes. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees, press the hips to the sky. And then come back, drop the knees, shoulders over wrists. So remember your alignment here. Alignment is key. Take a few more this way, down dog to your tabletop. And then tabletop to your down dog. One more this way. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. From here, we're going to hold our down dog and add a little more. If you need to take a moment in child's pose by dropping the knees and bringing the hips back towards the heels while the upper body lowers and the arms reach out, you can do so. Remember, I'm not always going to tell you when to rest, so you got to take it for yourself, okay? Okay. Come back when you're ready. Hands aligned. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees. Hips to the sky. And then inhale, extend for three-legged through the front leg. So we point the toe to engage the foot and to engage the full leg. Now from here, if you want a little more, we're going to take a little more. If you need less, you'll stay here and take a rest when you need to. But if you want more, you're going to shift the shoulders over wrist, bring the knee into chest, engage the core the whole time. Press it back when you're ready. Inhale to extend. Exhale to bring it in. Knee to chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it in. One more time, big breath as you come up. And then lower down. Option to drop the knees, option for a rest in child's pose. We're going to do 4 on the other side when you're ready. Inhale, come back up, walk the hands back in. Shoulders over wrists, tuck the toes, lift the knees, hips to sky. Back leg extends for three-legged. Big breath here. Exhale, knee to chest, shoulders over wrist. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, bring it in. Hug the knee into chest. 2 more. Inhale, shoot back. Exhale, Embrace the core, knee into chest as the shoulders go over wrist. One more time at your own pace. And then back to your down dog. Drop the knees, child's pose. All right, so that's our warm up. Now you might need a moment off the wrist. Go ahead and roll the wrist out. Anytime you need to stretch out or release any tension, take it at your own pace. Roll the wrist to the opposite direction. And we're gonna come back up. From here, let's come into our high plank. So that means shoulders over the wrist, shoulders and hips in line, nice and level, like you want a glass of water to be able to sustain stably on your back. Imagine there's a glass of water on your back. You want to be real controlled here. We're on the balls of the feet. And then from here, we're going to lower. Drop the forearms, shoulders over elbows. Now the hands can be together or the hands can be elbow distance. Either way, we're going to press back to our high plank, one palm at a time. Engage the core. Again, drop down, forearm plank, shoulders over the elbows while the hands are elbow distance. You're engaging the core and you're not sinking down low. We want the shoulders and hips in line. Press back up to your high plank. And we're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees, push the hips back. That's our child's pose right here. We need that rest to recover. If you need more for the shoulders, go ahead and bend the arms, reaching behind the back. Like you're praying. All right, y'all. Let's come back out. So we've had our warm up. We're going to get a little closer to the wall now, okay? So if you haven't already, find your wall. All right. Now that we have our wall and we've adjusted so that our mat is close to the wall, we're going to start working on our headstands. From headstands, we'll build into pincha, and we'll keep growing from there, all right? So coming down, let's prepare for headstand. So there's 2 ways to get into headstand. First way is tripod with the palms planted, the shoulders over the wrist, as we've already been practicing. And then we would place our head down in between the hands. And when we place the head down, we're going to bend the elbows so that they're 90 degrees. So the elbow should be shooting back into a 90-degree angle. The toes behind you are tucked. And when you're ready, you're going to untuck the toes. Well, no, you're going to keep the toes tucked, but lift the knees and walk the feet in. As you walk the feet in, this is going to stack you so that your hips are now aligned over the shoulders. And then you're going to put the knees to the back of the elbows, okay? So knees to the back of the elbows, and this should help you to be able to tuck the toes in. From here, you have the option to bring one leg up at a time. You can grab the wall behind you. You can let those feet rest on the wall behind you, like so. And keep pressing into the ground with the hands. If you want to challenge yourself, leave one foot down and one knee back to the elbow. See if you can hold that position with one knee to elbow and one leg to sky. Remember, you have the wall, and then bring down the other knee to the back of the elbow, and we'll dismount from here, bringing the toes down, bringing the knees down, and bringing the hips back as we roll off the head. That's where we release the tension. Find your child's pose. So that's one way to get into headstand, through tripod. The other way to get into headstand, which is kind of my preferred method, is supported. Supported means that the hands are to the back of the head, supporting our weight, and the shoulders is how we anchor down. So remember how the first time we did it, we anchored down with the hands for tripod, with our head in the middle like so. That's tripod. Mostly the head and the hands are anchoring you. But for supported headstand, the difference is the hands come behind the head so that the elbows come down to the ground. With the elbows to the ground, we have most of our weight primarily in the forearms and in the edge of the palm, okay? Meaning that the weight comes into the shoulders and the elbows primarily, okay? So we'll try for supported handstand next. Like I said, you're gonna clasp the hands, leave the thumb up, or the thumbs up, shall I say, so that it can grasp the head when you place it down. And let's think about our arms here being aligned again so that the shoulders are over the elbows as we were when we were in our forearm plank. Just over the elbows and the shoulders being elbow distance. That means that we have the perfect grip, the perfect distance between the hands and between the shoulders. So as the elbows anchor down here and the hands clasped behind the head, we can tuck the toes and lift the knees. As we lift the knees, we're going to walk the feet in so that the hips stack over the shoulders. And we're going to start to tip our weight forward until we feel comfortable enough to lift the legs, find that core engagement. Again, you can find the wall. It's your practice, so if you want to use the wall here, that's great. But remember to engage the elbows. So as we engage the elbows, we get a chance to play around with the weight being in the shoulders or weight being behind us, if you will. And you can point the toes here. You can even bend one leg while the other leg stays to the wall. As you bend the leg, you have the option to extend the leg. You have the option to keep it bent. You can play around if you feel safe to do so. Or you can bring both legs to wall. Now, as the legs come to wall, what we're not going to do is banana back, okay? So make sure that booty is aligned over the hips. Well, the booty is aligned over the shoulders. Let's say it like that. Now, if you put one leg down and one leg up, switch the opposite leg. Try to see if the weight feels any differently when you switch the legs. And if you can get a little time away from the wall, try squeezing the butt and bringing the feet together while you point the toes for more control. Of course, we can also play around. You can make shapes if you're comfortable upside down. And then before you get too tired, you're going to walk the feet back down or let them fall gracefully. Roll off the top of the head and let the arms extend long. Go ahead and take a break in your child's pose so we get a chance to reset. I'm glad we got a chance to play around with our first inversion. I hope you guys feel comfortable doing that. So whether you prefer tripod headstand or you prefer supported headstand, now you know how to do both. All right, guys, so that was our work for today. Now keep playing around with those poses. See how comfortable you feel doing it on your own, with the wall, of course, and take your own pace. Now we're going to go ahead and cool down because I don't want to work y'all too hard for today. I don't even want to work too hard for today. So let's roll down, and we'll come into 90-90 with the knees. That just means bending the knees 90 degrees. You're going to bring the top of the foot or the bottom of the foot to the top of the thigh here and kind of connect. Then, hola bonita. So we'll stay here, hands behind you to support, and then lift up and roll to the other side. So you don't have to move the feet. All you have to do is pick up the knees one at a time, like so. Shift them to the other side. Pick them up again. Bring them to the other side. So y'all getting used to the warm-up. Y'all going to get used to the cool-down, too. I typically do the same cool-down, the same warm-up, just so you guys can get familiar and comfortable with each move. So lift the knees and don't move the feet. They'll naturally rotate to follow the knees. You don't have to worry about the body. It's a kinetic chain where one link goes, the other has to follow. All right, so we'll take one more. Then stay to this side, and you have the option to take this leg behind you. So you'll keep one knee folded in front, whichever side you come on. If you want to lift up, add a little bit more intensity, you can. If you want to stay down on the booty, you can do that as well. We're going to fold over the knee that's bent, and you can stay just like this, or you can take that leg out long, lift up, shoulders back. All right? Take another fold when you're ready. And that back leg is nice and long, so we want the hip, the knee, and the ankle in line. Go ahead and come up. We'll switch sides. by switching the knees. Again, you can take this leg behind you. So whichever knee is in front of you, that's the one you're folding over. If you want a little bit more, you have the option to roll onto the knee a little bit, or you can stay on the side of the hip as we did yesterday. Go ahead and take a fold over that front knee. The back leg can be nice and long. You can also stay stacked so that the shoulders are directly over the hips. This is just gonna help us to align a little bit more. Get comfortable here, and you can fold again. Whew. Now, just for a little of our splits journey, because some of y'all are interested in learning splits, we'll go into some quad and hamstring stretches as well. So coming back to your tabletop, this is typically the place that I like to start for a lot of our transitions. Back to tabletop we go, and then step the front foot through. So it doesn't matter which foot you step through because we're going to do both of them. But first foot steps through, 90 degrees, knee over ankle. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you do so, we're stacking the shoulders over the hips, and we're bringing the stretch into the bottom knee. So not only the knee, but also the entire quad that's at the bottom. Well, really both of the quads, if we're being honest. The flexor is getting stretched out. You can't see it, but you'll see it better on the other side. We're stretching the flexor out with this. And then with the front knee, we also get a chance to work the quad, create some stabilization. So inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, you're going to push the hips back and start to lean the chest over the legs as the arms reach down towards either side of foot. So in this position, we get to stretch the back of the leg in the front, the front leg. Now we're stretching out the hamstrings here. All right. So hold it or walk the hands further if you want a little bit more. And then we'll rebend the knee to reset. Take this stretch again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, push back. Hands down to frame the foot, chest towards the thigh or towards the knee. Really towards the thigh. One more time, we're gonna get a chance to feel it. Inhale, reach up. 90 degrees in that front knee to rebend. And then exhale, push back. Speaks to me. All right, now let's switch sides. So we'll rebend. Go ahead and slide that foot back. Return to your tabletop. Now you'll get a chance to see what it looks like on the other side. So step the foot through, 90 degrees to start. Inhale, reach the arms up. This is where we're getting to stretch, getting that big stretch in. So now you can kind of see it better. This is where we're lengthening through the hip flexor, as well as like the psoas muscle, so the side of the leg, if you will. Inhale, come up. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Exhale, push back. Chest over thigh. And let's take two more this way. Inhale, reach up. Take them as slow as you need to, as deliberate as you might need. Exhale, push back. One more time. Inhale, reach up. You can squeeze the booty. You can tuck the tailbone under. You can lengthen more through the spine. And then exhale to push back. Hips hinge. Our chest folds over the thigh. Our arms reach out long. The longer our arms reach, the greater the stretch in the hamstrings. All right. That's it, y'all. Good job. You survived day 2. I can't wait for you guys to try it out. Let me know how you feel. If you have any adjustments that you need to make, please let me know if it's not comfortable for you at any point. I really enjoy bringing you guys these classes. So congratulations on completing day 2 of the Fit and Flexy Challenge. And I look forward to seeing you guys later on. Bye, guys.